How many repeat visits, more than 3, for minor, intermediate and major repairs have Borough Council repairs contractors made in municipal year 2015-2016?
Councillor Glenn, would you please answer the question?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Smith, for another insightful question. Between April 2015 and March 2016, Mears reported that 2,053 jobs had more than 3 appointments. On the average of around 30,000 repairs a year, this is 6.84%. These repeat appointments were for visits that will take into consideration the additional work that may be identified as part of it. For example, the installation of a bath may then need some new plastering or indeed some tiling or some painting done, which would then give you a repeat visit. At this time, I've not been able to identify where residents have had repeat visits because the wrong trade has turned up, or the tradesman has turned up without parts to complete the job, or where the wrong job has been booked. I will be asking officers to see if this can be drilled down to that level. Thank you.
Councillor Smith, do you wish to pose a supplementary question?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm bewildered at the number of times I hear that TBC contractors have had to revisit a resident's home to effect a repair. In fact, it's ongoing, it's not a daily occurrence, but certainly every week. Just last week, a resident reported a leaking radiator. Councillor Gledhill will join me and not be being impressed that 5 visits later and the final contractor diagnosed with a faulty pump, and I'll certainly forward that to you if you wish. During this time, the family with young children under 10 were without hot water for nearly a week. Is this a reasonable service?
Obviously, on this individual, thank you, Madam Mayor, thank you, Councillor Smith. On this individual case, no. Unfortunately, I'd like to say this was an individual case, but I hear this all too regularly myself, where people are left without essential services within their house because either the wrong contractors turn up or they're unable to fix it at that time or for whatever reason. We've got to remember, of course, 2,053 jobs where there's more than 3 appointments. That really should be a daily occurrence. It's terrible to say, but that's somewhere in the region of 10 a day, and it's not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable at all. If you'd like to pass me that particular case on, I will indeed look into it. But I'll also be looking into the way that there should be an acceptable standard of services that a resident could expect, irrespective of what repairs need to take place. You're quite right. No family should be left without hot water for however long. We should be able to fix that, or at least give you some kind of alternative than the boiler.
Councillor Smith, do you wish to pose a second supplementary?
Could we expect Thurrock Council's housing repair supply to improve on this level of service, which Councillor Glenn just touched upon, thus bringing to end the merry-go-round of visits by contractors? And moreover, would the portfolio holders seek to reinforce only tradespeople with the correct qualification and skill are deployed and penalise the contractor when failing to effect a repair properly?
I'm beginning to think, thank you, Madam Mayor, thank you, Councillor Smith. I'm beginning to think you have my office bugged at times, because these are exactly the problems that I wish to make sure are tackled. It's no point sending the carpenter out to do the job of the plumber. It is no point, as my own mother found out, to send a plumber to deal with an electricity problem. About a week ago, I met with the Tenant Excellence panel, who informed me that the information they have is that this part of the service is improving, and there's not as many. I have asked officers to try and back that up to make sure that the figures that they're getting from Mears correlates with the figures that we're getting from Mears. And yes, it's just not acceptable if we have the wrong person turning up. And I will be asking for a lot more information, and not just asking for that information, but acting on it. And I'll also be sharing that, obviously, with Councillor Spillman, who's the shadow member for housing. Indeed, I've asked him to be included in the Tenants Excellence Panel meetings, so we can hear direct from those tenants that are dealing as part of the Excellence Panel with Mears and the repairs to see their views of what they see. Unfortunately, of course, we get the jaded view because we only get the ones that fail. They get the ones, obviously, that work first time. Thank you.